Guys, welcome to episode number 3 of the Derby Coed Life, and to start off this episode we do have the away leg against Zurich in the Europa League qualifier. It's been quite a while since the last episode, and there's been quite a few changes actually. If you quickly look at the squad, quite a few of the players have got new player faces, which is quite nice, mainly the championship ones. I think Munayi's got a new one as well. Patos is still old, Milner's is old, but yeah, players such as Mount, Bogle's got a picture, that's nice to see of course. Maguire, new picture on him. Malone with a new picture, Simon with a new picture, Joseph Lawrence, Wilson, Scott Carson, Tamori, Thorne, and also some players on the bench such as Mason Bennett. Did he have a picture before? I don't know if Bennett had a picture before. Luke Thomas definitely didn't, so that's nice to see him with a player face now. Max Lowe with a player face. And I think that's about it. It's nice. It's not exactly a difficulty for EA to do this kind of thing, but it's taken them pretty much to the end of November. I don't know when it actually was, but I assume it's basically some point between when we're recording and about a week ago. So in between the two episodes, I thought I'd get a bit of transfer business out of the way, just some of the nitty gritty stuff. And we've managed to secure 2 loans for Lunin from Real Madrid, Ukrainian, 20 years old, 6'3", very good indeed, and would basically be the keeper until the end of the career mode. Same with Calvert-Lewin as well, 2-year loan on him, can play striker or out wide, very good player of course. Like, for example, he's probably worth about 15 mil, so if we can get him for essentially free, that's a great little player to have who can fill in a number of positions. And yeah, I think now that we've done those loans, it basically means we can use the money that we do actually have to sign somebody that we kind of need, and that's a midfielder. I think we need that central midfielder just to give us a bit more quality in there. I think we just need someone to win the ball at times, and I'm not 100% sure who that is. We did also go for a loan for Sherry here. I was trying to be a little bit too cheeky, trying to go like 80-20 split for Juventus for a player that's actually really nice. If you look at his stats, like 94 strength, and very good heading and finishing. Just going to go for a bit of a cheeky offer at 5 mil for Vidra. Obviously he's not exactly needed there, I don't think, and yeah, we've actually got lower than his current value. If we could actually knock off a mil and maybe go for the sell-on clause, because even like a 15k sell-on clause, even if he sells for his current value, it's not exactly a lot of money that we're missing out on. So yeah, if we can just slightly negotiate, that'd be nice. Okay, they're accepting a 6 million plus 23% sell-on clause. I think the sell-on clause thing is kind of a cheat in a way, but it's there. I'm going to use it if it helps me negotiate. And it would be nice to bring back Vidra just because of obviously last season scoring 22 goals or whatever it was. Just sensational, really. Important role then for Vidra. We'll probably give him a 4-year contract. He's 27 years old. He's not exactly going anywhere. Now into the contract stage. If he can go a bit lower than that current wage, that'd be quite nice. Obviously, we're going to have to do it, so I'm going to have to be a little bit careful not to piss him off too much. So we'll go for something like this. I'm not too sure if that's good or not, but we'll see when it comes back. Obviously, they've actually gone lower on the wage, but they do want an appearance fee. So if I can get rid of that appearance fee, and then maybe the wage just goes back up to where it was. That's where I was basically, so it's kind of annoying that way, but nevertheless we've done that for Vidra. 36k a week wages. I'm glad to get him back. I think we need that little impact striker kind of off the bench. He may start as well if Marriott's not performing. We can always obviously bring him in off the bench for him quite easily. If you compare the two of them, quite similar-ish in stats. Obviously Marriott's slightly better in the finishing just because of the training we've been doing with him, but Vidra's got quite nice passing stats actually. I quite like the fact that we could always use him at cam if need be, because that is kind of his position, but I'd say he's more of a striker. So I think we're going to go into the game now against Zurich in the Europa League. If we can get a nice start in this game, that'll be quite nice of course, then we can kind of rest up for the next game, but we'll have to wait and see of course. So I think we will go with pretty much the same lineup. I don't think there's a need to change it. I was debating whether we play a second team in this first leg. Here we are then, our first European game of the career mode against Zurich in Switzerland. Looking at their team, I'm just trying to see if I know any of the players, and I don't think I do. So we're going to just, yeah, it's a 4-2-3-1. I might know, it might be Josh Earl at left back, but I could be wrong. I could be very wrong with that, but yeah, it's a complete bogey team. I don't have a clue about any of the players. I don't know who's fast, who's slow, who's strong. So we're just going to have to beat them, basically. Here we go, Marritt's through. Can he get an early goal in the season? With the finesse shot off the inside of the post, Jack Marritt kicks off our Europa League journey with a nice goal to make it 1-0. Good start. It's always good to get the first goal in these kind of games where you don't really know the opponent, and just give us a bit of confidence. Haven't actually played like career mode against the AI in quite a while as well. Just a nice 1-2 with Pato and Marriott, and yeah, finesse shots, they seem to be quite good on this year's game. Oh, that's... I don't know how Ampadu missed that. I genuinely... I was just like, the ball's coming into the box, I'm just going to head that away. I don't need to say anything there, but clearly he misses the header, and it is 1-1 to level up the tie, of course. It's a little bit of a shock goal. I didn't really expect it to happen, and did obviously get the ball into the box with quite a nice cross, to be fair, but I don't know why he went to head the ball but faced his own goal. Like, if he just faced away, you see how he turns. If he turned the other way, then he would have clicked. This game's very interesting. It is Mascherano, we'll call him. It's Marcherano, but still. Pato in the box here, goes around the man, whips it into the middle to Marriott with the overhead kick into the back of the net. Very easy to score against this Zurich team. It's just whether we can keep the clean sheet or not. Obviously we've lost it already, but if we could just keep the goals out, that'd be quite nice, of course. And yeah, Marriott with the couple there. I was obviously talking about whether, if one of our strikers don't perform, we can obviously always bring in Vidra. Zurich bringing the pressure in now. It's gone into the near post. Nobody dealing with it, and that's gone in. FIFA 19 at times, really. Like, the defender's just not reacting, and a little bit of luck, lucky bounce. It was a good ball, and again, it does come from that side where Bogle is. So maybe right back is something we do need to look at. Obviously, only like 19 years old on the career, and it is an own goal for Ampadu. The one little thing I can say is we have got the 2-goal advantage, like the 2 away goals, which are going to be quite important. So as long as it's a draw, I'm kind of happy. Vidra with the ball. Can he get a goal to get us back into the lead? Matti Vidra with the shot, and Matti Vidra with the goal on his return debut for the club. Going to give him probably the number 23 eventually, but obviously we've literally just signed him and put him straight into the team, and he has got us back into the lead against Zurich. Very important goal. 3 goals now can essentially put us through. I don't know if the away goal rule does work the same in qualifiers, but still, to get 3 goals is nice. Now, let's see what comes next. 3 goals against Zurich is quite concerning, but when you played on a little bit difficult and just pinging it around like that, I couldn't really track the run when he ran inside. And again, it is on that side with Bogle, who is only 70 rated, but at least it keeps the second leg interesting. Like, I'm kind of glad that we didn't play our second team, because we probably would have been beaten in this game. It's only the real firepower up top that's kept us in it. It's crazy the number of Zurich players going forwards now. It's like they're trying to win the game with the shot and with the goal. It's actually crazy. They must be on like ultra attacking or something, because the amount of people that are just, look, you've got one, I don't know, I can't pause it, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players all running at me, and well, I've got basically 4 defenders, so it's going to be a very interesting second leg if I can just keep it to 4-3 now. I'm not too sure why this shift has happened. We were quite easily cruising in the game, and then all of a sudden they've scored quite a few goals at the end. There we go, full time. Zurich have beat us 4-3. It is actually crazy how difficult ultimate difficulty is at times, and that definitely showed it in that game. They very much, with every attack, really just looked like they were going to score. We did score with every shot we did have target, but I'll take the 3 away goals, and we should hopefully be able to win the first second leg home 1-0. So we've got a couple of bids here for Evans and Chris Martin, both around just under $1 million and over $1 million, so would be nice to get a bit of money for them. Next game is against Arsenal, but I feel because we just haven't really been on this career mode in a while, I'm just going to simulate the game, because like, I'm not that fussed about the Premier League at the minute, because we're kind of in a situation where obviously we do need to get the transfers in, and I kind of want to get this episode wrapped up with the transfer window finished, because then we can just move on. And I think I'm going to avoid relegation. I don't think that's an issue, so I'm just going to simulate Obviously a little bit annoying that we are missing the Arsenal game, but if you look at the fitness, I can simulate this game, then can play a completely different team against Cambridge, and yeah, I'm not too sure if, well, more than likely Arsenal are going to win this because we are away from the game, but it just for time reasons, I think it just makes a lot of sense to simulate. Lacazette with the goal there in the 16th minute. They obviously got Coleman, Sergio Roberto, Kimpembe, Herman the German, not Fabian Schär. What's his name? Saar, the number 20. I don't know where he's from, to be frankly honest, but it is 3-1 now. Jack Marriott with the goal to kind of claw something back, but I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. Milner does miss a penalty, and we do lose the game 4-1. But as I said, we need to get through fixtures now because I've basically missed out on a lot of time. And it just means we can get the transfers moving and stuff. So George Evans is sold. That's a nice extra 875k. Calvert-Lewin has decided to join someone else, I'm guessing. But we have got Lunin, which is the more important one that I kind of wanted because we do need a better goalie. Because who we've got at the minute, Simon, just conceded 4 goals in the last game. It's as simple as that. So going to stick him in the reserves. As you can see, Lunin, 79 rated. Very good goalkeeper indeed. Like, he's 20 years old at 79. So what do you think his potential is? I'm kind of glad in a way that Calvert-Lewin did reject us, because if you look at the number of attackers we do have, obviously at the minute we're playing 2 striker, but if we continue to concede so many goals, we may need to add another man to the midfield, and then we'll basically have too many strikers, because I've still got Mason Bennett. I think he could do a decent job. I'm kind of tempted to swap these two. The only thing I'm liking about Joseph is because of that pace, which is quite similar to Bennett's, to be honest. But I feel last season there was a lot of times where Joseph just got us out of the shit because of his pace. So we do actually have Bakayoko, who I just thought at the top of my head would have kind of fixed our issues. He's obviously that good box-to-box ball-winning midfielder, but has obviously gone to Leicester. Obviously, essentially what Kante is, basically just going the other direction. So I just thought of something that might work against Newport. We'll have a look when we're going to pick in the lineups, because obviously we're going to have to make a few changes due to fitness. But obviously we do have Fikayo Tomori, and he's kind of not being used because of the lack of jumping. However, in the midfield he might be okay. What's his passing? 62 is not the worst for a player that's literally just going to win the ball. Obviously, I kind of need to completely change the lineup because we do have the game against Zurich, which obviously we will need a fully fit team for. Here we are then in the Carabao Cup, which we did win last season against Newport. They are playing a 5-2-1-2. Few players are known there. Sheenan in the attacking midfield position. Then they've got Butler, Mark O'Brien, the former Derby County man, of course. Dimitrio, he's quite decent as well. Josh Day in goal, I think that is. And Forbes at right wing back. There's a few decent players. Obviously, we've got a better team, so we should be winning the game. And obviously, Lunin coming in for his debut. Going to put Tomori at CDM as the ball-winning midfielder. Just see how he does basically in this game. And yeah, we should have enough to win. Wilson bringing the ball forwards. Can he get the left foot on it? Yes, he can. Inside of the post. It's hit Winnall, and then... Did I just see that? What is this game? Because I'm cutting in with Wilson, right? That's fine. We'll watch it in normal speed. Does he even touch it? That's the question I'm asking here. Does he even touch it? Does he even... I'm trying to... Fuck it. It's so difficult because it moves so quickly. I genuinely don't think it touches the keeper properly. Maybe just does there. But why? Let's just watch it in normal speed again. Let's go back. Because I'm a bit concerned about this game. I'm a bit concerned. Wouldn't pick... Was he onside? He was onside, so that's why it wouldn't let me pick Winnall. But then why did the keeper like Foos radar the ball all the way like that? things like that just make me think, why am I playing this game? Winner with the ball into the box, Lawrence with the header, and Lawrence with the goal against the Welshman with the goal against the Welsh team to make it 1-0. It's good to see Lawrence on the score sheet. Obviously, with so many attacking options, when you do get given the opportunity, you do need to score, and that's what he's done there. Wonderful over a kick cross from Winnell, and I don't know how far we're going to get into this cup. It kind of depends on who we get drawn against, of course, but we're going to be mainly playing a very 70-ish rated squad. There's not going to be many high rated players. Obviously, we've got Lunin in goal just to see how he does. Lawrence winning the ball off the defence. Now through for Harry Wilson on that left boot. Can he hits the back of the net? Hits the keeper. Bennett with the rebound off the inside of the post and into the back of the net to make it 2-0. Quick goals there. Obviously just scored in like the 29th, now in the 34th. Mason Bennett, very nice goal. And again, like Mason Bennett, given the chance, has put it away. Chance here for Winnell. Chested down by Bryson into the back of the net. Sammy Winnell with the goal. Makes it 3-0 and pretty much kills off the game there. I don't think they're going to get back into it now. And yeah, it was just a poor clearance. Bryson there in the right place. And Winnell with the first time shot to make it 3-0. Very nice indeed. Have just made a few changes, bringing on Bayliss, Luke Thomas and Dwayne Holmes. Obviously Dwayne Holmes was probably the surprise player of last season, so it would be nice to get him involved in these cup competitions. Thomas with the ball into Dwayne Holmes. Can he get the late goal with the finesse shot into the back of the net? Dwayne Holmes makes it 4. And I can't really judge Tamori at CDM when they haven't really tested us. Like, I kind of need to put him in. I won't do it in the Zurich game, but maybe in a Premier League game. There we go, full time against Newport. 4-0 victory, very, very comfortable. And doesn't really help me with anything at all in terms of Tamori at CDM. There we go, Chris Martin has been sold. It's just one of those, like, I don't really need him. He was quite useful last season. And it's kind of a shame in real life what's happened to him in terms of, like, just not really clicking since leaving, like, Steve McLaren leaving. And, yeah, the squad just moving on. Into the next leg then against Zurich in the Europa League. We do need to basically win this game 1-0. They do have a current goal advantage on us. But hopefully, at home, we should be able to do a little bit better. I'm going to put somebody else at right back, and I think the only annoying thing is I kind of used them in the last game, so I'm kind of forced to have to actually use Bogle. I don't know what it is about him. He just doesn't quite. It might be the high work rate. It's just literally working himself too much. I will switch the centre backs. Maybe that will help out a little bit. Here we are then, big game that we do need to basically turn around the scoreline and make sure we do go through to the next round of the Europa League. It would be kind of annoying if we don't go through, because it's kind of what we've been banking on with quite a few of these players, but I'm hoping at home we can be a little bit more solid. Munain with the shot and Munain with the goal. I've literally just subbed him off, but let me quickly revert those changes. I think the main one that I'll do is obviously bring Munain back on, although he is a bit low on fitness. Like, he has only got 64 stamina. And I feel the changes I've made kind of need to be made. I think I might put Thorne on for Lawrence, although Lawrence is still quite decent at centre mid. Chance here for Mason Mount. Can he get us the winner in the 87th minute? Mason Mount makes sure. I don't know if we were going through at the minute on away goals or not, but that's basically made sure that we are on overall goal difference now. We are at 5-4. I'm not too sure why the aggregate's not changed yet, but yeah, good to see Mason Mount get a goal. And there we go, full time against Zurich. A lot closer than I thought it would be, to be honest. I was considering playing my second team in one of these games, which I'm quite glad we didn't. And yeah, we managed to win that game 2-0. Obviously, the home away difference does make a massive difference. So that's something we're going to have to consider going into the Europa League now. Let's have a quick look and see what our Europa League group looks like then. We do have PSV, quite a tough team. Then there's Rosenborg and Sturm Graz. Should be beating Sturm Graz in pretty much every single game. Rosenborg, again, quite decent, but again, quite beatable. But then PSV are quite good and normally in the Champions League, so that one's going to be a little bit tougher. We're in Group H, so we will be playing... I don't know if it works like that, where you play the next group or it just get randomised. Yeah, I'm quite happy with the group. I don't think there's teams like Napoli, we could have had that, which would have been absolutely horrible to play against. But yeah, we've got quite an easy group and should be going through to the knockout stage. So I think we're going to leave it here just because I'm not 100% sure what we need to actually buy. We've got about, we'll call it 15 mil, because then we need to swing over the wages. So yeah, let me know in the comment section down below. It probably will be a few days until the next episode anyway, so yeah, just, I don't know what we need really. Maybe a fullback. I think if we can, essentially Azpilicueta would be the ideal situation, because I can play him either right back or left back, but there's not many that can do it that well. I kind of like Tomori at CDM in that last game against Newport, but I'm going to have to see how he does against a bigger opponent. Yeah, I think something with a little bit of quality in defence. Like, if you take out Maguire and put in our next best defender, which is Curtis Davis, it is quite weak. Like, it's all around 70, so we probably need to look to get probably a fullback around the 80 mark. I think that would probably help us out a little bit, because essentially a lot of the crosses were coming from the fullback position. So let me know in the comment section down below. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this episode, and see you soon. Bye.